Hi, this tutorial will help you install and configure Kobo Collect. So the first thing you have to do is to go to Play Store. Once you open Play Store, you search for Kobo Collect. When you find it, you'll get either an option to install it if you never had it before installed on the phone, or uninstall it or open if it's already installed on the phone. In this case, I'll prefer to uninstall it. This is because it already has settings that I'm not aware of. So I completely delete it and uninstall it and install it again. I accept the request for permissions to find my identity, locations, and other things. Depending on your connection, downloading it will take a few minutes, and then installing another minute or so. Once it's finished installing, you'll be able to open it. This is the Kobo Collect main menu. As you're aware, you can see 5 different options. Filling blank forms, the first one, is the one you press to fill blank forms. You have already downloading it. But first, we need to download the forms, and to download the forms, we need to configure the server. To do that, you press the 3 dots in the upper right corner and press General Settings.
In some cases, you'll see this option first, then select Server.
Under URL, we delete the configuration of this current server, and we set up our server, which is https kc.humanitarianresponse.info / and here you put your username.
In this case, we will use the username that I sent you. For example, for Congo, we have warchild RDC1.
99% of the errors are related to misspellings in the server, so make sure you correctly spell it. After we set the URL, we have to write our username. In this case, it's the same one. GOG and set your password. Once you've set your username and password, make sure the auto send options are all ticked. By ticking these 2 boxes, you're setting up that every time the phone connects to Wi-Fi or a network, it'll automatically send all the forms that are already been filled. Also make sure that default to finalize is already also checked. By checking this, you set every time that you get to the end of a form, the form will be marked as a finalized form. We go back, and then we press in the main menu, Get Blank Form. You might or might not get prompted for your username. You have to press OK, and you'll be able to see your forms, the forms you've already been deployed. You probably will not see these forms, you'll see your own forms. So you press the forms that you wish to download, and you press Get Selected in the bottom right corner. You'll get a success notification for the download of the 2 forms. You press OK, and then you can go to Fill Blank Forms. Here you select the form you wish to download, you wish to fill in, and it gives you a short notification of how you navigate. So it shows that by sweeping right, you go to the next question, or left to the last questions you answered.
So here we see some examples of questions from the children's tool, like did the parent provide consent? Did an independent person, also called third party, witness the consent, etc. We end with a question to record a location.
These questions are designed to train enumerators, so they're quite varied. When you record locations, you have to wait for a bit for the telephone to get the GPS signals, and then you record your location. In this case, this is my location, my coordinates, and accuracy. As we have arrived to the end of the form, you can see that mark form as finalized has been checked. And then we can save form and exit. Okay, that means you've already connected to your server, downloaded the forms, and tested that they're able to fill in the forms and send them. Now you don't want enumerators that will have this phone to have access to your password and your username. So you should set up an admin setting. To do that, you press admin settings, admin password, and
you should remember the password that you set up here, because if you ever want to change the settings again, you will need that password. You will be needing to repeat that password.
And we'll make sure they're matching.
When you open the admin settings, this is what you will see, and this is where you will see under admin password where you can change the password to a password that you want to use as an administrator. You might have to include it twice. If you click on the main menu settings, you will see different options that you can switch on and off, and this is what the enumerator, the person who is conducting the interview, will see. So you will be able to show whether or not the form can be edited, whether or not the finalist form can be sent, whether or not the sent form can be viewed, whether or not you can get a blank form, and whether or not the saved form can be deleted. In our case, we only want the enumerator, the person that is filling in the interview, to do two things, and that is to fill a blank form and get a blank form. So in the end, only view sent form and get blank form will be checked. This is what the form will look like from the enumerator point of view. That is the person that is filling in the questionnaire will only be able to access these two buttons and nothing else.